Hello and welcome. In this lesson we're going to talk about how to save your file, how to open file. So always when you work on Excel and you create Excel sheet in our Excel workbook, so at the end you want to save your file. Either you could save it somewhere in your computer, or even you save it on the cloud. So there are a lot of options. So to save it, you could like file, and then you can see save and save as options. So when you click save, you're saving it. Save as, and then you put name and the place where you put okay, so let me just get out from this one. Hello and welcome. So now we're gonna do a little bit work on the Excel sheet. We have it. So as you see here, I have two sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2. I could name them any name I want by double click on it. So double click and then you put the name you want. Let's say page 1 or current, and then the same thing here, you just double click on it and you name it anything you want. Okay, so depends on what kind of work or file you are working on. Okay, so here I have this file or this Excel sheet. And as you see, it's car sale information about the sale and month and rent on this kind of stuff. So I kept repeat the columns, and the reason I just want to make it bigger so we can do some options available and use some options available on Excel. So now I will make it even more bigger. So by clicking here, and then select those, and I just want to make it a little bit bigger so we can work with some options. So save my time and printing some item. However, so now as you see, we have some Excel sheet here, and we can go down. Let's just put more here. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, so now for example, if you wanna if you go here, I'm just gonna make it this one. Let's make it something different than other name. So Kia with double A. So for example, I have big sheet or big files. Okay, or large file. So if I want to look for something inside this file, so either to go and look line by line or row by row, and then you put here, and then you go look like this, or there is especially if you know what you're looking for. So there is another option. It's called search and select. So you go home and then you click here, find and select, or search and select, same idea. So find, so click find. So I will look for file Kia, the place keyword Kia with double A, find next. So as you see here, I got it right away. Okay, so this is the easiest way and faster way to look for anything inside your sheet. So here, for example, you're gonna have much options. So within sheet, this means your search is only in this sheet. So let me show you how things work. So here, for example, I have this sheet. I don't have Kia with double A. So if I want to look, I cannot look like, okay, so I have it on the page 1, but I don't have it on page 2. Okay, so if I do search here, I'm still on the same file, same Excel file, but when I write this, the same option here, it tells me, okay, we cannot find it, but it actually exists on the same Excel sheet, I mean Excel workbook, but it's not on this page, on this page. That's why we have this option. It's called in the same. So when you go back here, so now it says, okay, within the sheet and then within the workbook. Okay, so now if you put within the workbook, that's mean you look for every single sheet, you have it in your workbook. So okay, so now we have it. So if you go to the page 2, in the previous search, we couldn't find it because the search was only in the same sheet. So now I will find it, but I will make the option within the workbook and then find it next. So here, look, it went back to the page 1 and tell me where is it. Okay, so now you could search by rows or by columns. You could search also by formulas. So if you have some formulas, you look by values or formulas, match the case, the format. So you have much options. We're gonna look for some of them later. And there's more options. Okay, and if you want to replace the word, so this is how you can search for something if you have large files in Excel. Okay, it's very easy. Just go home and find and select, and then you're gonna have the options. You want to search on something on the same worksheet, or I mean the same sheet or the same workbook. As we explained in the beginning, that Excel could be more than Excel sheet could have like Excel sheet has rows and columns and cells, but Excel workbook is a collection or group of sheets. Okay, so before we end this session, I just want to show you something. Like for example, now if I want to go to the end of this one, either I have to keep clicking, right? And I go up the same idea by clicking on enter and shift enter and so on. So I will show you something to do it faster. So look at those this part of your keyboard, at this part here. Okay, so let me just get this one here. So at this part of your keyboard. Okay, so here when you click Control plus Home. Home is you could find it here, this one, number 7. You will go to the top of your sheet. If you click on Control plus End, which is 1, this one, you will go to the end of your sheet. So let's go here and click. I'm gonna go to the end. So what I will do, I will click on. So make sure you have this, because some laptops, they don't have it, but only if you have it. So if I click Control and number 1, which is End, so I will get to the end of my sheet. So Control and 7, which is Home, I will go up to the beginning or the top of my sheet. Okay, so this is some technique. They are very useful when you work on Excel sheet. So I hope you like it, and please practice it, and so make your hand familiar with it, and then I guarantee you, if you keep practicing whatever we do here, you will be very professional in Excel. And Excel is very important program. It's well needed every organization. Thank you for watching, and see you again.